Who would have expected that? Let's see if Bitcoin is going to be following. Hello Adrian, and welcome back to another episode of the Dang Oracle. It's 7:30 p.m. UTC plus 8, and welcome everybody who is watching around the world. And yeah, we got actually, because it's although it's a Saturday, it's actually quite a lot of things are going on, and a lot of things are happening. And I think a more clearer picture is starting to be forming on Bitcoin, and definitely after how the traditional markets closed yesterday. Well, not yesterday. How the traditional markets closed this morning. I think it's very interesting to head on and take a look at how this potentially can affect the Bitcoin market, of course. Hi guys. Hi Lex. Hi Cedric. Hi Monkol. Hi Stone. And happy birthday to you, Cedric. Happy birthday. So, while the other people are slowly coming in, let's take a look on how things are in the COVID situation. Let's take a look with the latest numbers. And here we are. So yeah, the US, we are at 1.9 million. The biggest case problem is actually Brazil. As you can see, it's been going up really fast. 650,000 right now. And Russia close to nearing the 500,000. Let's take a look on how it looks on the chart. And we are at total confirmed cases of 6.6 million cases. Hi Gita, hi Boon, hi Darren. So yeah, when we had the show yesterday, we saw that it was actually trying to slope down, or we had a slowdown, but that's completely reversed today. Like Bitcoin. Like Bitcoin, like Nasdaq and S&P, it is going, it's breaking all-time high, which is not a good thing. US is actually going up, but still a bit slowing down. Brazil is sloping up very steeply. That's the worst problem area, I think. Russia is still going up as well. European countries are slowing down. India. India broke into the top 6. I didn't notice that, but yeah, India is going up very high and very quickly as well. I think that's going to be a big problem because yeah, a lot of India has a lot of people, right? So that could be a big problem as well. So yeah, lots of new confirmed cases, a lot of issues, but yeah, economy is starting to be restarted or rebooted, but all of that don't matter because where do people make money? Well, it's in the stock market. Apparently, that's where it has to where we all make money. And look at this beautiful chart. As you can see, a perfect V-shaped recovery of the market. So the economists, well, the people who were predicting a V-shaped market correction, they were right. As you can see, we even broke all-time high. We went to 9,800, close to 9,850. And the question is, of course, is this going to keep going up? Well, looking at everything, all the momentum indicators, all the moving averages, as you can see, the slope is still way to the top. It's the higher time frame, the lower time frames, moving averages are diverging and further away from the higher moving averages, which is a positive thing. So is this going to keep going up? Yeah, most likely. So even though the everything looks very bad in terms of, like, you know, unemployment, economy and everything, that doesn't matter because like we've spoken about this before. The stock market is just a commodity that is not correlated to the economy as well. It's not an indicator of what the economy is doing. What I do think, or what I do believe, is that eventually it will catch up, and eventually there will be some repercussions on the stock market. But for now, it looks like all-time high, and just taking a look at the monthly charts, Just taking a look at the monthly chart, yeah, I think most likely we'll be breaking the 10K level this month, I guess. Yeah, this looks very bullish. So, yeah, nothing I can say. The easiest way to make money right now, I think, is just to be putting some money or putting along on the on traditional markets. And the easiest thing you can do is just buy the dip. Although at one point, we don't know when it will be. I do believe that at one point it will make that crazy crash back, moving back down towards, like, I would say, like, maybe a little bit low here, here on this area, this area here, maybe like they're around the 9K area, 9.1K area, something like that. 9K, 9.1K area, something like that. But that will just be a retracement. So I don't think, I think so we're gonna go up but more, and then it's most likely gonna do something like this and create even higher highs than what we're expecting, maybe all the way to like 11,000 or something like that. Crazy, really crazy. But yeah, that's how it's looking like, right? So definitely no issues at all with Nasdaq. All-time high, broke all-time high. Let's take a quick look at S&P. S&P did crazy as well. So this was a major resistance, as you can see here. We had this major block here, and it broke through that major block, so we can remove this resistance line. And yeah, most likely it will do the same thing as Nasdaq and go back to all-time high as well. If you can see right now, all moving averages are starting to diverge even longer and further away from the higher moving averages. So yeah, looks really good. I think we'll be heading back to 3,300 area, or all-time high once again for the S&P. And actually this is most likely going to be very positive for and very interesting as well for upcoming elections in November, for the new the re-election, maybe re-election of Trump, or yeah, or how the Democratic positions will be filled. We don't know yet who is going to be filling that position, right? So maybe Biden. So let's see. But yeah, this looks really good. So yeah, the money printing worked out, and we are there's nothing happening on that area. So yeah, I think people who are investing in stock markets are going to be making money even now in the very short period. And if you had the balls to be buying in at this very low point, you would have made a ton of money, because yeah, this looks like a V-shaped correction, right? A lot of people would have not expected it. I didn't expect it, to be honest. I didn't expect it that it would be a V-shaped correction as well. But that's what the trillions of dollars of money printing is doing. And for now, the easiest thing you can do to make money is just to buy. Nothing easier than that. Anyways, so let's go back into our Bitcoin, our little Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is market cap is so much smaller than traditional markets. The amount of billions and billions of dollars that are going into this is it's insane. But we care about our little Bitcoin. So what did I tell yesterday? Well, yesterday I told you most likely we'll have a small pullback, and that's kind of what happened yesterday, right? We pushed back down here towards 9.5K area, something like that, and we made a small bounce right now quickly. But do I think that the consolidation or the pullback is done? I don't think the consolidation or the pullback is done just yet. Maybe we'll be heading back towards, like, this green box one again. It's weekend after all, so crazier thing. I mean, but I don't expect any breakdown out or I mean upside towards the top during this weekend, or I don't expect it to be breaking all the way down as well during this weekend. So like I said pretty much yesterday, most likely this is kind of what I'm expecting, but by Monday or something like that, I do think we'll get some resolution on this sideways type of movement. Well, not really sideways, it's more ranging type of movements, right? So let's take a look on the 4-hour chart. As you can see, we had a small pullback here. So we had some sort of like a falling wedge, I guess, or falling channel that is currently breaking towards the upside right now, as you can see. So it still looks a little bit small, so I do think that maybe we will get a little bit higher, maybe 9,750, something like that, and that area, type of area or something like that. But I like I said, I don't really expect us to be moving out of this contraption very, very soon, let's put it like that. So if we are looking at the RSI, I told you guys we had like this broadening wedge that broke to the downside. So that's the reason why I was more bearish than a little bit, not really bearish. A little pullback was kind of normal, and now we can see that after we formed this sort of like this channel as well on the RSI, as you can see, we're breaking up. All right, so there's still some space to be breaking up. So I do think that most likely we'll head back towards like 53, 54, 55 area in terms of the RSI. So I do believe that now we will head back and maybe touch, like I said, 9,750, 9.8K or something like that once again. But do I think that we will be breaking it? I don't really think that we will be breaking it, and definitely during the weekend. Usually more sideways, more ranging. But the positive news is we are holding the EMA 55 on the 4-hour as well. So nothing bad about that as well. On the daily, of course, we are still above the EMA 21 or the yellow line as well. So nothing bad about that as well. Do I think that we will have some sort of a correction next week? Well, it's starting to look more and more like it though. So anyways, I wanted to show this first. So we have an HVP flashing signal on the 4-hour chart. So most likely we'll have a few $100 moves later tonight, most likely later tonight or something like that. And where is it most likely going to be going? Well, we'll find out. We'll have more details about that later on. But if you are looking at the RSI right now, as you can see, it's trying to be crossing over. As you can see, crossing over the EMA which is at 9,681. So it's very, very near there. Is it going to be crossing over in the next 4 hours? We'll find out in about 16 minutes or something like that. So if we have a crossover, like I said, I do expect us to be retesting once again this 9.8K ish area or something like that, which also will flash this HVP as well, right? So will there be a pushback from that area? Most likely as well, right? So I'm expecting maybe going back up here, but then most likely getting pushed back down as well, because if we are looking here at the drawing that I've made for the Stokes on the 4-hour chart, as you can see, we held that well, we could say that this is some sort of like a bear flag or something like that on the Stokes, I guess. But yeah, even though I do expect this to be curling back up, usually when you break a structure out of the flag, what happens is you always kind of retest the flag, and then it breaks. Eventually, it breaks fully down. So that's the reason that most likely, probably by Monday or something like that, we'll have a bigger push down. So at least that's what I'm thinking, or what I'm expecting. But of course, we still have a couple of days to be mesmerized by that, and to be looking forward to that. But that's kind of what I'm looking forward to, a bigger push down towards the downside, most likely on Monday or something like that. Hi Brandon, thank you for following, and welcome to the channel as well. So what did I wanted to tell you guys today? Well, two things that I wanted to tell you guys, because yesterday I told you that CME chart was going to be having a weekly close, right? Because they don't trade like me during the weekends. So weekly chart, what did I tell you guys yesterday? Well, it was important to see where we were closing the weekly chart, and I told you guys 9.8k was what we should be looking at, because that would be equal towards this this spot right here. And what do you know? Exactly closed at $9,800. So what does that mean for the spot price? Well, it kind of means very little, right? It kind of means very little. Hi Zandor, welcome tonight as well. So yeah, does this look bearish? It's quite a long wick, like, so it's quite a long rejection from here. So I do tend to, but it's still above the 9.8k. Of course, they're doing it on purpose to to make sure that we as traders don't know what is going on. But I do believe that because of this quite long wick on the top side, I do believe that most likely we'll have a small red candle next week, right? So I'm more inclined towards a small pullback, small pullback. I know, Kyle. I don't know how I got so many followers as well. I don't know. But yeah, I just get out. I understand that it's a little bit difficult to be following, because these are my own personal charts. But yeah, maybe it does help you a little bit. Okay, so so on the CME chart, we can see that, yeah, what I've talked about is the 9.8k. So we did close at 9.8k, but yeah, does that give us a lot of more information? Not really, but I do believe that we want to be going back down a little bit. Yeah, I know about I know Renko, but I think it's very hard to be having great short-term day trading positions on Renko. I do believe that Renko is really good for long-term though. Like it's nice. It's very clean and very nice to be seeing. But I'm a day trader, so I prefer to be just trading on candles, like crazy people call me crazy. Anyways, so we do believe that I mean, I do believe that most likely we'll be retesting this 9.8k ish level once again. Do I think that we'll be breaking it through it? I still highly doubt it with the volume that we're having during the weekend. So just wanted to go back to the CME chart, right? So CME, of course, we still have a couple of gaps that we for the people that love trading gaps. We do have a gap since forever. Well, since not really forever, since August, right? Yeah, August 2019. We have this gap here, which is between 11.6 to 11.8. So yeah, for that, that's on the CME price. So give or take $150 premium or something like that. The spot price would be around the 11.5, 11.6k area, something like that. And then we have a small gap here, which was formed not that long ago, actually, on the 24th of April, right? 24th of April, which is around 7.6k area, 7.6k area. So 7.6k area, which would mean around 7,500 on the spot price, something like that. And of course, we have a lower gap at like 3,500 ish, something like that. But I don't want to talk about that one because that will maybe make a lot of people scared and a little bit too bearish. Maybe I don't. Well, maybe it will get filled one day, but let's not think about that just yet. So yeah, 7.5k. That's one of the reasons why I do expect that we will have a resolution on that area, on that thing, most likely this month or next month or something like that, where we are going towards 11.5k or 7.5k. Basically, that's the range that we're that I'm looking at, as and that's the reason why I'm I'm looking forward to finding myself a position, because that range is really wide and really big, right? So we've spoken about that a couple of times or many times already. If we are breaking this green box here around the 10.5k ish area, most likely we'll be going towards 11.5k. And if we are going to be breaking down this green box here around the 8.6k, something like that, very likely we'll be going towards the 7.5k area after, right? Some here then. Okay, so I do think that one of those two gaps are going to get filled either this month or next month or something like that. So I do prefer that we would be going up, of course. As a bullish person, I would prefer that we were be going to 11.5k first before 7.5k. But you know, crazier things have happened in the Bitcoin chart already. But I do prefer. I do have a higher probability that we will be going towards 11.5k first. Thanks, Paul. Towards the 11.5k first. Well, because why? Because as much as a lot of people don't like to hear the sound of it, Bitcoin is still very much correlated towards the traditional markets. And when Big Daddy is going up, and as you can see, Big Daddy's Nasdaq and S&P are going up like crazy. When Big Daddy is going up, most likely little baby is going up as well. So I do tend to be, more bullish at this point and stage, because the stock markets are doing really, really well. But do I believe that we won't have a pullback similar to like this, when the stock market is going to make a crazy pullback, like I've explained to you before? I do believe that at one point, it doesn't matter how high we are going. At one point, it's going to be retracing back towards like the EMA 55, something like that, in that area around the 9,100 area. And that's when Bitcoin is going to be doing a crazy dump like that. They call it a bullish dump, right? But it is a bullish dump. That's basically what I expect for Bitcoin as well. So do I believe that we were going to 11.5k? I do think that the probabilities are higher that we'll be going to 11.5k first. Do I think that we eventually will be going back to 7.5? Yeah, I do believe so. So, when the stock market is going to make that pullback, maybe 11.5k to 7.5k. That sounds crazy. But it's actually very, very reasonable, because that's what Bitcoin does. A bullish retracement of like 40% during a bull market. It has happened many times before already. So today I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about the week of theory again. So I've been looking at the charts, and for the people who want to see the distribution schematic of the week of phases, this is basically the week of phase. And there are two distribution schematics. One is number 1, of course, and one is number 2. The difference is this basically the phase C, where we either have a UTAT, which is a higher high, and a test that is higher than the previous UT, or we can just basically go back up, but small, and not break the resistance, the previous UT line, or the previous high in the previous level in phase B, and then go back down from there, and eventually go back to where we started with our push. That's basically what the distribution schematic is. So I've put that on the Bitcoin chart. I'll put this one next to it so you can see it maybe a little bit better. 1 second. So where do I think that we are at right now? I think we are at, I think we were at UT right now. So I think that we are at UT right now. So if you compare if you put it next to each other, you can clearly see, right? We have the Psi here, BCARST. We have the UT here. It's possible some people consider this a UTAT already. And then they consider this the UT, so UT, and then this is the UTAT. But I don't think that's the UTAT just yet. I still think that this is just the UT. And where do we go from there is the big question, right? So the reason why I think that is so we have two distribution schematics. So one would be a UTAD, and the second one would be just an LPSY, right? So will we have that higher high? That's the big question. Will we have that higher high here, or will we just be retesting the previous resistance? So just looking at things, I do believe that we will have that that UTAD, because the stock market is doing so well right now, right? So this is still my primary idea, or primary master, let's put it like that. So I do believe that we'll be going and retesting 11.5k. That's what my major expectation is. We're going back to 11.5k, which would make something like this. So in terms of movement, let's say we do something like this, we move back down, go to like hopefully our 8.9k or 8.8k ish area, which you can see here. This move here, back down a little bit above our SO area, and then push, go a little bit sideways, and then push up towards our UTAD, which would I think around 11.5k ish area, and then we break down, of course, back towards our 7.5k area ish here and fill the other gap. So that's the very long-term plan. If everything is correct, that's what I'm thinking for a longer period. And then around let's say September or something like that, we'll be seeing like 7.5k or 7k area prices, and then we go for the next bull run, right? We go for the next bull run right there. If price does bounce off from the 7k ish area, I would be very bullish, and I think that that will be a very nice spot to be buying some bitcoins if those level holds, of course, if those levels hold. But that's still of course, that's very macro perspective, and it's very long term that I'm thinking. I still do think that by next week we'll know a lot more about if we are able to be holding this level, or how the bounce will be if we get that rejection from this area here. But yeah, like I said, I do believe that even though we don't get our 11.5k, I do believe that somewhere we will still be trying to be retesting that 10k area. So then this would happen, right? Or a distribution number 2, where we just hit near our previous high or our previous UT. So something like this, and then we go down. So then near 10k would be a very good spot as well, right? But this could be accumulation and not distribution at all. But this is what I do think is very likely if you're watching the week of theory. Hi Intars, hope you're doing hope you're having a good Saturday evening. And hope you're doing well as well. We have somebody who has his birthday today, so happy birthday to Cedric. May you have a lot of green candles and a very high PNL. So yeah, I do believe that after this kind of like structure that we're forming, we will get a small pullback by next week or something like that. But like I said, I'm still overall macro bullish as long as we don't break 8.6k. Still pretty bullish overall. Okay, so that was some week of theory analysis, and since that we are crossing the 8 o'clock or the 12 hour, let's take a look on what Bitcoin is doing right now. So we are pushing a little bit up. Maybe let's put it on the 4-hour chart. And we once again we thought that the 4-hour would be closing below the EMA 21, but it did not. It closed above the EMA 21 once again, and yeah, looks good for a push up, as you can see. Yeah, that's how the bots and the algos work. If the close is above the EMA 21, then we get a little bit push up, and as you can see here, it got pushed up a little bit higher, 9770. But do I think that we are going to be breaking this resistance box at 9.8k? We'll see, but yeah, it's weekend, volume is not there, so like I said, more or less sideways today and tomorrow. But on Monday, well, depends on how things go. On Monday morning when CME opens, let's see how the markets are opening, and then I'll most likely be looking for a short position by looking at how I'm looking at things right now. I do think that we'll have a small pullback, like I've been explaining before, most likely towards this bottom of this support zone here, or this channel. I think that will most likely will be breaking this green box. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but I do think maybe on Monday or something like that. So let's take a look at our expected move charts. So where are my zones or my targets, expected targets? Well, you probably guessed it. It's exactly the same what we've been speaking about the last couple of 2-3 days or something like that. Most likely somewhere around let's say 9.850, 9.9k or something like that, and then this green box here 9.4k on the bottom range, in between between the two green boxes, right? So let's take a look if what the expected move charts are saying. Oh, expected move charts, what are you saying? Oh, actually, whoa, it's actually higher than I expected. So the first standard deviation to the top side is 9,961. That's actually quite high. And the bottom side of the first standard deviation is 9,493. So yeah, that's a little bit higher than I expected. And actually, as you can see, it's curling up a little bit to the top side. So higher probability that we'll be going towards the top side than the downside. So yeah, maybe we'll be retesting 9.9k. That would be cool. Stokes on the 12-hour chart are starting to curl back up, so that's a pretty good sign. But like I said, what this can do is today, tomorrow, and then break down on Monday. So I think Monday is going to be quite interesting, and I'm looking forward to that, so I can get back into some position or something like that. Let's take a look at the RSI. RSI is currently still below the EMA, but it's going to be up if we break 9,734. So I think that's quite. If the next 12-hour candle, if we close above, let's say 9,750, I think that will be retrying or retesting the 10k area once again. That's basically what the RSI is telling me. Let's take a look on the daily chart if we can see something different. Daily Stokes are still curling down, so that's quite interesting, right? So 12-hour chart, 12-hour Stokes are curling up while daily is curling down. So daily is looking not as good as the 12-hour, and yep, very similar to the 12-hour though for the RSI. I mean, it will be breaking at 9,766. So yeah. If we close tomorrow at 9,750-ish area, I do expect that we'll be retesting that 9.9k, 9,950 near 10k area once again. Oh, sorry. But other than that, what can we say? Well, momentum is starting to slow down though. As we can see here, SMI is starting to it's slowly sloping down, as you can see. That's one of the reasons why I'm most likely thinking that momentum is slowing down, and most likely we'll have a bigger pullback than just pulling back towards this green box of the 9.4k area. So I do think that we will most likely be heading back towards this area here where the EMA 55 is on the daily, which is something that I've been waiting for close to 4 or 5 days already. Still hasn't happened because for the past 4 days we've been doing this, ranging in between these two green boxes. So yeah. This was good. This was very good. But then afterwards it was quite boring. But it's gearing up. It's gearing up. It's gearing up for a substantial move, most likely next week, right? So let's take a look on the 4-hour once again. Yeah, it's expanding the HVP. So yeah, looks like it wants to take a little bit of a leg up. Maybe we'll get to that 9.9k again, but it still has to confirm over the next 12 hours above 9. Like I said, if we confirm over the next 12 hours above 9,750, most likely we will have that swipe up once again towards 10k ish area. What our expected moves charts are saying. Am I interested in shorting or something like that? No, because it's a Saturday. It's a Saturday and it's Cetric's birthday, so we can't be making any trades. What's the expected move say? 9,965. So yeah, 9,950 near the 10k ish area is what it would be if we are able to be having enough volume and closing above 9,750. But like I said, it's a weekend, so I still have my doubts that we'll be going up there towards the 10k once again. Yeah, I guess that's it for me today, because did something really special happened? Not really, didn't really happen. But Monday is most likely going to be more interesting. So CME didn't tell us much with that weekly close. Traditional market did tell us a lot of information. So I am more towards the bullish side. I do think that 11.5k is very realistic over the next couple of weeks or something like that. After a little pullback, most likely by next week or something like that. So am I in a position or doing something? No, nothing yet. But Monday is most likely the day that that's going to be heavy action. What would I do if I would be in any position or something like that? Well, I would be waiting for 9,750 ish to be confirming on maybe the next 4-hour candle close or something like that, and then I most likely would be taking a long position there, like a small position towards 9.9k, 9,950 or something like that. I do believe that would be realistic, but yeah, I don't trade during the weekend. I would just be waiting it out, most likely doing the same thing that I've been telling you guys the last couple of days as well. Just be swiping and scalping this from this green box area up. That's most likely what I would be thinking about doing. Hi Vermogen, yes, you came in late. I'm actually closing down, or I'm actually wrapping it up right now. So let's wrap it up. Do I think? Well, most likely this is what's gonna happen during the next couple of days. Possible that we make a swipe up and then swipe back down. Doesn't help you that much. Possible that we swipe down and back up. So yeah, nothing crazy over there. I don't think that's where the money making situation is just yet. But next week, I do think that we'll have some money making situations. Like I've been saying before, if we break above this 10.5k area, definitely interested in a long position towards the 11.5k. If we are breaking below this 9.6k, this area here, very interested into a short, and most likely be heading back down. A small bounce around the 8k, 8.1k area, but most likely towards the 7.5k afterwards, because that would be quite bearish, to be honest, for me. But to be realistic, I think by next week, like I said, next week, whatever this weekend is going to be doing, most likely sideways. Next week, I do think that we'll most likely be seeing some red action, a pull back here, and then push back up from this, which is where I am interested in a position there. On Monday, I'll be reassessing. Well, I'll be assessing the situation if it would be okay to be entering a short somewhere around that area. Depends on where we're at and how the CME chart is looking in the pre-market and how the indicators are looking. If we are not too low on the bottom in terms of like RSI and stuff like that, right? So if we are looking at the RSI. Take a look at it once again. Yeah, I mean, it's a neutral level, so nothing that special. But yeah, if Stokes does this, I'll be very happy. It will be a beautiful head and shoulders on the Stokes. It's not really head and shoulders, but just making a joke. Anyways, yeah, I think that's it for today. Nothing that special. Do I think that we're going to be ranging between these two green boxes? Yes, during this weekend. Did anybody expect anything else? Do I think that we will have a larger pullback? Most likely. So on Monday, I do believe, although that all the traditional markets did close very, very well, and I do think that we'll have a higher high the coming next couple of weeks. I do think that we'll have a small pull down on Monday. We'll be thinking and expecting maybe going into a short depending on the situation, and then enter a long once again when we hit somewhere around this support zone. So yeah, I guess that's it for tonight. Hope you have a wonderful weekend, and see you again tomorrow, 7:30 p.m. UTC +8, and yeah, overall still bullish, but I'm going to be very interested in to see when we do hit around 11.5k, if we get there, of course. Could be 10k once again or something like that, and we make that crazy drop towards like a 7k ish area, if people are still bullish on Bitcoin or not. That's gonna be the interesting part. But eventually, like I said, for all the people who are super bullish, everything is actually looking really good, but there will always be 30 to 40% pullbacks. So I would not be surprised at all if that would be happening end of this month or something like that. But for now, everything is looking really good, and nothing against Bitcoin. You can't be against Bitcoin, and definitely not when the traditional markets are doing so well right now. So that's what I'm expecting. Let's see what happens. We'll be updating tomorrow, Sunday, as well, because even on a Sunday I'll be analyzing charts. But anyways, until tomorrow, please stay home, stay safe,